Hey, beautiful. Well, welcome. Welcome to the Intentional Women podcast. And this is the place for mature, middle-aged women who are ready to break free from limiting beliefs, from setbacks and past mistakes or failures, right? Things that may have caused you to feel like you were held hostage or almost crippled in many ways. And so, this is where you're here to really discover your true purpose. We're going to really look at being in position and in alignment with how we can become the woman that the Most High, your daddy, has really and truly called you to be. And so, I'm your host, Elaine Inspires, and this is something that I'm just excited about, and I'm so glad that you are here. And this is a safe space. This is a safe, faith-filled space, and we're here to heal. We're here to laugh. We're here to grow, and all that we can do for ourselves and for each other is to be of a great support to one another. And so I want you to walk into your next season, this season that we're already in now. I want you to walk into it with boldness. I want you to walk into it with confidence. And sis, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt, or have you ever thought to yourself, and even caught yourself saying to yourself that you should be further along than where you are now? Or maybe you've even felt like you've missed something, like you've missed your chance or your opportunity. If you've even felt like your past, maybe past decisions or past mistakes have actually disqualified you disqualified you from where you are now in the present and even in your future. I want you to lean in. Lean in. Come on, lean in. This episode is for you. Yeah, it's for you. And Queen says, I want to know, can I be transparent? Because I've been there. I've been there too. And even though I will say, and I'm so grateful to my daddy, my Abba, because I have lived on one end of the spectrum, such a fulfilling life. And I mean, I am so grateful for a beautiful, wonderful marriage, for beautiful children. I'm grateful for a career and um, a purpose-filled career. I'm grateful for all of that, and you can't get any better than that. But then there's another part of me, and on the other spectrum where I too have struggled. I've struggled with feeling like I've wasted too much time. Yeah, I felt, and I've even sometimes have to listen to my the voice that tells me that the background is where it's set. And I've been in the background pretty much in so many areas of my life. I've been okay with being in the background and taking the back seat in a lot of different areas. And so I felt that. I've struggled with that. But here's the truth. Those are lies when the enemy tells you and me that we belong in the background, or that you're not good enough. And he tells us these things, but we know that they're lies. And so I'm so grateful for moments like this, that we can come together and recognize and be able to encourage one another, because the Father does not see you for what your past mistakes are. He doesn't define you as your past mistakes, but he defines you as your now, your purposed moments. And we want to look at that. Like what? Because sometimes I feel like we can get caught up and hung up on that word purpose as if it's a singular thing. And we can definitely take that journey together, because that's something that has been something that's been spoken about throughout different conversations that I've had with women. And it's not just one thing, but your assignment. It's all about assignment. What are you assigned to? What has he assigned to you for when? For this moment, for this season. And so there are many different accounts, and we will look at that later on in some future episodes on who we can we can use as examples in our own biblical accounts that we have seen and read, that we probably glossed over, or we need to be reminded. There are many who their purpose was about different things. It wasn't just being one thing. You're not defined by one thing. And so we're talking about the vastness of your Creator, who thought so much and put so much thought into you, that he's so vast. He makes us the same way, where there's certain things, that seasons that we may find ourselves being assigned to a certain set of people, a certain place. There's so many things that we can really release ourselves from feeling like it's just one thing. And I'll tell you this, one of the biggest limiting beliefs that we as women, we carry is we feel like we're too broken, or like we're too late. We're too late to fulfill, or to do a job, or to do to fulfill purpose, right? And this is the enemy's favorite tactic. This is his favorite weapon that he uses against us. And this is what he uses to do what? To keep us stagnant. And it keeps us stuck in shame and in guilt, and regret. But I want you to remind yourself that your Father, your Daddy, he says otherwise. And so there's a scripture that I have to share, and it's in Isaiah 43. Isaiah 43 verses 18 and 19. Let me share this with you. It says, forget the former things. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past, Queen Sis. See, you have to be able to say, just in this scripture, say a new thing. He's doing a new thing in me. And recognize that that's where your power is in what you will speak and what you will declare over your own self. You've got to declare, not just look at the dry bones and say, the scripture that says, can these dry bones live? But you've got to look at yourself and say, hey, these dry bones, you shall live, right? And so listen, Queen Sis, this is where we're in a season where it is so vital, and it's so urgent even, that we recognize the enemy's tactics and strategies to try to keep us pushed to the side, or feeling like there's no place for us because of certain things that have happened to us, or certain things that didn't happen to us. And you can take that and go so many places with that. But here's something that I want you to really do this week. I'm going to challenge you. I want you to write down one limiting belief that you have said to yourself, whether it's, let me give you an example. You may have said or believed that you're too old to start again, that you're too old to get married, or you're too old to do the thing that the Father has told you, to write that book, or he's told you to write that song, or he's told you to go and travel. He's told whatever it is that he's given you, he's told you, he's given you an assignment. And you may have said to yourself, I'm too old. Do you know how I got grandkids now? This may be you. This may be your story. You may be saying, I've got grandkids, I've got great grandkids. You may be saying, listen, so many people have already done that. And you mean to tell me that you feel like that there's not enough room for you too? Come on, Queen Sis. We're gonna drop that. We're gonna drop that train and literally drop that off at that and leave that at that station. Okay? But here's the thing, the Father's timing is always perfect. It is always perfect. And he is doing a new thing. He's doing a new thing in you. Keep that in the front of your mind. Keep that in the front of you all this week. Go throughout your week, and I want you to speak differently over yourself. When that thought comes, and I want you to remember, just write down one limiting belief. And next to that limiting belief, write down, find a scripture. I challenge you to find a scripture that will counteract that limiting belief. Because this is how we overcome. We overcome by what we know, the word of the blood of the Lamb, first of all, and the word of our testimony. And then it is that testimony means that we have to be speaking it. We have to be testifying. We have to be prophesying over ourselves. So I challenge you, Queen Sis, to do that. And I want to share this other scripture because Paul said, and this is in Philippians chapter 3 and verse 14 says, he says, let me start at verse 12. He says, not as though I have already attained, either were already perfect, but I follow after, if that I may apprehend that for which I am apprehended of Hamashiach, Yahushua Hamashiach. He says, brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended. He said, but what? This one thing I do. He says, forgetting those things, what? That are behind me. He says, and I'm reaching forth unto those things which are before me. He says, I press in, I press toward what? The mark. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling in our Elohim, in Yahushua HaMashiach. So, listen, if Paul said it, he said, I'm forgetting about those things. Then I encourage you, forget those things that are in your past. Forget them. Don't even worry about it, sweetheart. Let it go. Queen Sis, I need you to hear this. You're not behind. You're not forgotten. No, you're not. And you are not disqualified. Your daddy, your Abba, has been with you every step of your journey. And he's preparing you. He's preparing you now for your future. He's preparing you for that greater moment, that greater place, that greater position in time. He's preparing you for greater. So I just want you to be encouraged. I want you to go this journey with someone who also walks in my own journey of doing what the Father has called for me to do. And so I want to say thank you for listening. You being right here, right now, you are listening because that means that you're in alignment. Consider this. You're already in alignment. You are ready. You're proving to the Most High that you're ready for your new season. And you say to yourself, say, I am right where I'm supposed to be. I am whole. I am in alignment. The Father has called you. And so, listen, if this episode has blessed you, if it spoke to your heart, I'd love for you to share that moment with me by leaving a comment. I'd love for you to also follow me, and follow me in this journey, right? And make sure that you stay connected so that you never miss an episode. Share this with another queen sister who needs encouragement. Let's grow together. Let's go this journey together. Let's heal together. Let's laugh together. Let's create a community of intentional women together. Y'all know there's so much that we can do that we have done alone. But this time, we can do it together. So listen, we will go the next journey, the next episode. We're going to talk more about the how-tos and turning those failures and those past mistakes, how to turn them into fuel for your future so that you don't feel like you're defined by your past. All right? Thank you again for joining me. And as an intentional woman, from one intentional woman to the next, remember your past does not define you, but you are Abba's masterpiece. All right. Peace and multiply blessings.